Hi, welcome back to Movers and Shakers. This is a jam-packed episode of fun.
Yeah.
Fun and bison. Bison
Yeah.
and fun. And
Yeah.
farming.
And farming.
So we've got, we're going on a field trip. Well, we went on it already, so we're going to show you a segment of our field trip, right?
Yes.
From Cook's Bison Ranch. What was your thoughts of Cook's?
I was like so blown away. I really thought that I've never seen such wide open plains before, and then like the roaming buffalo was like fascinating, amazing.
It was like we were back in the 1800s, early 1900s when they were roaming free.
Yeah.
And they just, the bison, and we're going to get into this so we don't need to go into it again, but they're naturally raised and they're just beautiful, beautiful beasts of an animal.
I mean, they are. They're
delicious.
so gorgeous.
They're delicious.
They are.
So we buy our bison from Cook's. They're in Wolcottville, Indiana. And Laura and I are going to collaborate on a project as soon as she has it done. And I think it should be in your studio.
Yes.
I'm going to bring some little bison goodness, and you're going to have some art you made out of the bison skulls and teeth. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I'm so excited. The bison skull, if you look at it as not being a skull, just look at the form of the head, it looks like a big bird body.
Yeah.
It really does.
And you have that in the segment we're going to show, so you can visualize it at that point.
So you can really get to understand what I'm going to do with that. I'm going to make a large bird, like my spire birds, out of the bison skull. And then out of the bison teeth, I'm going to be putting the teeth onto these large spear forms, which are all using the reclaimed wood that I get from Dan Platt and those guys up at NiSource, and just make a beautiful collection of like weapons. And I like to call them weapons from within because they're a reminder of the strength that we all have as natural individuals.
And I think that's a great, and I don't know if you are going to do this, but I'm going to suggest you do that for the opening of your studio.
I will do it. That is what I'm going to do.
Because we're going to do the food for that, so it might be great just to have our bison goodness. So you can watch more of that, and then our segment from the artist today is I'm going to show you how to grill a ribeye, and we're going to pair it with some delicious produce concoctions from Barefoot Acres here in Fort. We were talking with Lori a little bit later. And from Barefoot Acres, and then also Chef's Garden in Ohio, which we just visited as well.
Very cool. Yeah. Such a really awesome
I've got
local.
A treat for you too.
Oh.
And it's a little piece of deliciousness. And I want you to try it and see if you can guess what it is. So we'll do that in the kitchen as well.
Okay, I'll be excited to see what that is.
So it's one of my favorite things that Chef Garden does, and when I tasted it probably 6 years ago, I was in love with it, and in love with Chef's Garden just because of this one thing that they did.
That is so cool. I can't wait.
So what did the baby corn say to the mama corn?
What did the baby corn say to the mama corn?
Where's popcorn?
That's so cute.
Yeah, that's the corny joke of the day. We're going to call this segment. We need to get some technology. If anybody has any videography crew, we're extremely low budget, as in I can feed you dinner. That's probably all the budget we can do. If you come in and film us and provide some technology, we need to get like something behind us, or have them input something over your head right here that says when I come up with my corny joke, it just flashes.
Applause. Applause.
Or laugh. So if you have any ideas about that, send an email to me or Lauren, or send us something on Facebook, because...
What if I have the old operation game where you stick the tweezers in and it goes...
Well, here's the thing. When we put something in the back of our oven, we play Operation on a human level, because, we got to get it out of the back of the oven without burning ourselves, and so we play that in our kitchen all the time. So we're going to be right back. We're going to show our segment from Cook's Bison Ranch, and we'll be right back with Lori. Stay tuned. Shaker fans, I'm Brad. This is Laura Marie Panazzo. We are on location at Cook's Bison Ranch. We're in Wolcottville, Indiana. I know a little bit outside of our radius of LaPorte, Movers and Shakers and Change Makers, but Laura and I are working on a project together, and we needed to come to our bison supplier that supplies our restaurant with bison. So Laura's picked up a nice bison skull. She's going to do some art out of it, and she can tell you about that.
I'm going to make a gorgeous, huge bird out of this bison skull. If you kind of look closely, the skull actually is going to be the body of the bird, and I'm going to use the horns as my markers for where to put the wings. So Brad and I and the whole crew from Spire, including the gorgeous Ginger Becca Allman, we just had a fabulous tour of this bison farm, and I'll tell you what, I feel like thrown back to like Native American times, like on the plains of the Great Wide Open.
They're doing a really legit job here. It's the Cook family who are just letting nature take its course with their bison. They breed them naturally, they raise them naturally, there's no barns, they live in the pasture, they give birth in the pasture, they feed them natural food. It's just a really great environment to be. And we're about an hour and a half outside of LaPorte, just east of Shipshawana. And we picked up I got some ribeyes and some bison short ribs. So when we get back to the restaurant, which will be a different day than today, on our normal episode, I'm going to show everybody how to cook a bison ribeye.
Oh,
so
gorgeous.
that's going to be
so
my segment from the artist. So, and then you will see, I know it's been a while, we haven't had bison on our menu in a while, and everybody's been asking, when's it come back? Well, April 8th is the new menu. We've got bison in our bison burger, and we have a bison short rib on the menu as well. So, look forward to that. We're excited to bring it back. I love the Cook family. They were just so wonderful.
They really are. What a great group of people. I feel so special to be a part of this super tour today.
And I'm excited to see this bird come to life.
Gosh.
And you've also got the jaw, so you're going to do something with these teeth.
Yeah,
too, right?
These teeth are going to be part of my bows and arrows from my weapons from within. Revert to the natural warrior within all of us. Talk about living life and what keeps us going, and a reminder to always go inside to the beautiful people who we are.
And I got to show off my...
Oh, sorry, Brad, sorry.
I wore my Got Bison shirt, which I got. You're trying to strip me over here.
I'm sorry.
I'm fragile. I'm not Italian.
I'm holding myself together.
I got this wonderful shirt from friends Nancy and Charlene, who are just amazing supporters of Laura and I, and they love bison, and we're dedicating this segment to Nancy and Charlene.
Rock on. Nancy Moldenauer and Char, we love you guys.
They're dedicated watchers of Movers and Shakers, and they'll be on Movers and Shakers.
Yeah, they will be on Movers and Shakers, and they love bison. As I want to quote Nancy as saying, and it's true, the American bison is one of the most amazing comeback stories of our time in history. So let's hear it for the bison, let's hear it for Nancy and Char, and let's hear it for our common thread, honey.
Fantastic. We'll see you when we get back to Spire. Hi, we are coming to you from the Spire Kitchen. We haven't been back here yet on our vlog, and we visited Cook's Bison Ranch yesterday and got a tour of the farm. Saw their amazing animals. They're just beautiful animals.
Fantastic.
Right?
They're so gorgeous and majestic.
And they're just amazing beasts of an animal.
They are.
So we have to talk loud. I'm sorry for the hood system we've got in the kitchen. But we brought back with us some ribeyes and some short ribs. And Laura brought some bones and some teeth and some skulls, and we had a good time. So I wanted to show you from my segment from the artist, we've got a grilled ribeye, and I've got a little bit of salt, and we're going to I salted the other side, and salt and pepper the other side. It's been grilling for just a few minutes, and we're going for medium rare. So you put it on the grill, you don't touch it, you just let it do its thing. When it releases itself from the grill is when it's time to turn. We're going to do a 1/4 degree turn just to get those beautiful crosshatch marks, you know, those X's that we like to get on our steaks. So we're going to grill it for a few minutes on this side a little bit longer, then we'll flip it over.
So Brad, do you find that bison is maybe less tender than
Absolutely not. I am extremely happy with the bison. And actually Cook's Bison is not a ton cheaper, but cheaper than some of the beef we get. So we like to bring it in. It's back on the Spire menu. People have been asking when we're going to get it back, and we kind of took a break from it just to kind of get people's excitement that built back up. And we've got bison burgers on our lunch menu and bison short ribs on our dinner menu. So
that is going to be so delicious.
So
can't wait.
We ran out of our beef ribeyes, so since we were at Cook's Bison, I bought some bison ribeyes just for our signature ribeye dish for this week. So if you come in, we've got just 15 bison ribeyes that we're going to use, porcini crusted, and it's just going to be great. So
it's going to be fantastic.
We're now going to flip this over. Cross your hand. Yes. So not quite the X's we were looking for, but still got some beautiful caramelization color. It's important that you don't flip it too early. You want to make sure you get some nice color on one side, flip it over, and get some nice color on the other side.
It smells wonderful.
Thank you. So if you want to come over here a bit, we're going to plate this. Take some really interesting versions of some traditional vegetables. So I've got a carrot and celery puree. Our celery root puree comes from Chef's Garden. We just made a trip to Chef's Garden as well. And so we've got a celery root puree that we're going to add to our plate. And it's just celery root and cream and a little salt and pepper. Isn't that nice?
That is so nice. Give you a paintbrush, honey.
I know. And then I've got carrot puree. Our carrots this time of year are coming from Barefoot Acres, and we're excited that Lori's on our blog today. So we've got carrots from Barefoot Acres.
And they're out in Rolling Prairie.
That
is gorgeous bread.
And then we're going to do some pickled beets. Our beets also come from Chef's Garden. Chef's Garden is just a wonderful farm, as is all the farmers we buy from. But they're so passionate there, again, as all of our farmers are. And they have a test kitchen on site that we as chefs can come in and test with some of their products. And,
that is so amazing.
So we just made a trip there to experience that.
And so they're located in Ohio?
They're located in Ohio, so they're just on the edge of our border of that 250-mile mark. And I'm just making a mess on this plate, aren't I?
Oh, you need a paintbrush.
I do.
Give you one of my titaniums.
So we've got the pickled beets. We're going to give this a quick turn. And we're going to go for medium rare, as I think most steaks should be cooked to medium rare. And the way to do it is, my trick that I teach my staff and my students is, you can use a thermometer, and that's a really perfect and efficient way to test, but just kind of a way around it is if you use your hand, and if you press your thumb or touch your thumb and forefinger together, don't press hard, just touch them together, and feel this muscle right here, right below your thumb. That's what a medium rare steak should feel like. Not a medium steak, medium well, and well done. So we're going for medium rare, and we're right at medium rare right now. So we're going to pull this off. And you see?
Bring you the plate?
Nope, I'm going to bring the steak to the plate. We're going to just put this right in the center. And I like to, every once in a while, hide something under the protein. This is a nice surprise.
Yes.
So, and it helps to elevate it too. The beets are beautiful, and we showcase the beets a lot, but I'd like to use something to elevate the steak off the plate a little bit too, and then when they move that steak, they get a nice surprise.
That's wonderful.
This is a package of microgreens. We've got golden micro pea shoots and green pea shoots. This is my most favorite thing ever.
What is that? Is that fennel grass?
You tell me what it is.
Corn.
It's micro corn.
Oh my god.
Isn't that great?
Oh my gosh, that's unbelievable.
So we're just going to finish our field trip dish, I like to call this. You know, we visited Chef's Garden, and we got Barefoot Acres on today, and we got Cook's Bison Ranch all on one plate. So this is our final plate. How does that look? Maybe we'll run this as a special.
Yeah, Brad, that's beautiful.
That's gorgeous,
and I love all the different elements and how they come together.
Yeah.
I love where they're from and just all the amazing things that are going on in this plate.
Thank you very much. So let's go talk to Lori. Let's see what she has to talk about.
Let's meet Lori. Welcome to our Movers and Shakers show for today. Our guest is Lori Schneider. Right. And she is from Barefoot Acres out in Rolling Prairie.
Hi, Lori.
Hello, how are you guys?
We're good. How are you?
Good.
Thank you for having me. This is wonderful.
Thank you for being on our show.
Absolutely. So Lori, you are a big part of Spire and what we do here because you do so much for us. Tell us about your farm.
Well, as you know, you've been out there several times, but we do everything organically. We make sure that all of our seed is non-GMO. We really try to focus on heirloom varieties. Where we can't get the heirloom varieties, we will go to more of the Italian varieties, just so we can have a little variety and have a little bit of different spice. I know Brad always likes to have something unique to serve his guests, so we always try to cater to that.
And what is your signature item? If you had to pick one thing, what would you say is your signature?
Probably basil.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's probably it, our herbs. Like
when we first met, that's the first thing you said is, I love basil and I do basil really well. And
yeah.
We do. I mean, that's
Thank
amazing
you.
Basil. So, I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
No, that's pretty much, we do a lot of basil things, and I incorporate a lot of basil in like everything that I even cook. So like we'll have rows and rows, and I just love the sense of the herbs when you're walking through the fields. It's so aromatic. It's just wonderful.
It is. Just like natural earth, perfume, sweet and wonderful.
It is.
Yes. Lori actually does all of our herb boxes on the tables here at Spire.
Yes, she does.
Yes.
And you've been doing it since we've opened. And
I have.
I mean, that's a program we offer here. The guests love to know, especially the new guests, that they can come in and cut the herbs off the table and flavor their food additionally. So, tell us a little bit about what you do with that, because that's we don't see the behind the scenes. We just see the finished
It's
product.
actually kind of a labor of love with that a little bit in the winter time, especially, just because it takes a little bit of practice to keep it growing. And I know I had a few issues, a few bumps in the roads when we first got it started, but I think we have it down to a fine science now. And we use organic sea kelp to make them grow nice and big and strong in the wintertime. And it seems to be doing wonderful. I mean,
yeah, when we first started, we were going through about 9 plants a week.
Yes,
and
a lot.
Now we're doing 3 plants every other week almost.
And
so
that's helped a lot.
yeah, I mean, you're growing. Becca's maintenance of them is just really
wonderful. Yes, it is.
So, and the other thing you do is all of our outdoor pots as well. We have 5 outdoor pots in the patio and in the front, and you manage those as well.
We do, and those are so much fun. I love it. I was so excited last year when you asked me to do it, because that's one of my little passions too. In fact, our deck, if you ever come over to our house, there's tons of flowers, and it looks like a jungle. Yeah, it does.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah,
Your farm is so beautiful and manicured, and we did our first farm dinner at your farm last, was it August or September?
Yeah, I think it was in September.
It was our trial version of the series we're going to offer, and everybody had a lot of fun.
It was wonderful, and I'm looking so forward to it this year. Again.
Yeah, it was great. We cooked the whole meal on the farm. We showed up in the morning and took over your property.
It was great, though. We loved it.
My staff had a great time, and they got to go out into your gardens and pick some produce and some herbs and bring it back and cook with it as fresh as it could have been.
And it was amazing.
Yeah.
You guys did wonderful.
Thank you.
That's awesome. That's something to look forward to then this year.
Oh, for sure.
And you brought a show and tell with you.
I did. This year we're going to do what's called high bricks gardening. And so our main goal is nutrient-dense food, because basically healthy soil begets healthy plants, begets healthy people, right?
Yes.
Right.
So we have this nifty little device. It's called a bricks meter. And it's just a little meter that you take out, and you take a little bit of the juice of the plant, put it on here, and you'll be able to look through here, and it'll give you a reading. So it tells you how much nutrients is in each plant. So we have a little chart, so anyone that wants to come out to the farm, wants to test our stuff,
That is so
I'm
interesting.
so excited about it.
See
Yeah.
this.
So you have just a little bit of how people can get your produce outside of here. You have a CSA program.
We
right?
do. We do have a CSA program, yes, and it runs for approximately 15 to 17 weeks, depending on the season. You know, this year I'm thinking we might start just a little bit later, just because I really want to get out in that ground right now, but it's just a little bit frozen yet. So,
Yeah, we're all chomping at the bit to get out there and make stuff grow.
Yeah, I know. I've been in the greenhouse, and it's just like I am just so addicted to it. I just want to do more and more and more. My husband's like, slow down just a little bit, so you know.
Are you going to plant 1,500 pounds of green beans again this year?
I would rather not. Yeah,
But that wasn't your doing. That was Randy's.
That was Randy's
Yeah.
doing. Yes, thanks, honey.
Yeah.
But this year he did do 5,000 seed tomatoes, and I'm just like,
awesome.
are you? Well,
That's a
yes,
lot.
that's a
Yeah.
lot.
Here's the thing. I don't know that you know this yet, but we're putting a garden up at the top of the hill this year.
How exciting!
So-
if you want some plants, let me know
Oh,
that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
We need, my staff and I are going to take care of it, whether they want to or not. And, but
I love it.
Gonna
wanna
exile
pull
people to the garden.
Yeah.
Pull in a couple of experts throughout the year too, and maybe that's another
I
way we can
would
make
love to help.
make a little bit of money from Spire and help
That's
us get
awesome.
our garden going. So that's exciting. We've got still got to wait though. I mentioned to get out there. I'm sure you are.
Yeah.
So one thing though that I'm just so impressed with you is I came to you in 2012, early part of 2012, and told you what I was going to do. You had a small garden at that point. How big was your garden in 2012?
Oh, we had like maybe 3 little garden plots. Maybe. I think that was it.
Were they were about, what, a 50 by 100 plot?
Probably.
And last year you expanded to how big of a garden?
We did 2.5 acres last
Yeah.
year.
Woo.
This year we're going to do 4.5.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
And, you know, when I brought this farm to fork idea to LaPorte, very few people took me seriously, and you did, and you grow amazing stuff. And there's maybe, I can count on my hand how many times I've called and said, can I have this? And you said no, because you always have stuff that I need.
Well, I always try to make
Yeah.
sure that you have the stuff, and what you do with it is amazing. This is the one place that we always come to eat. It's like, where do you want to go out to dinner? Well, let's make a phone call. We didn't Valentine's Day, and so we paid the price and sat at the bar, which was amazing anyway, but it was wonderful. Yeah.
And I lost my train of thought.
It's because you were thinking about the crescendo of the 50-foot garden versus the 4-acre garden.
Oh,
That's quite impressive,
Oh,
Lori.
thank you.
Wow, I mean, super. That's a mover and a shaker right there.
Well, thanks.
And
Yeah.
you had eggs too. We had all of
We
our
do
eggs.
have eggs, yes. We have lots of
Wow.
chickens. They're very happy little chickens.
How cute.
So, yeah.
And ducks. You do
And
duck
ducks.
eggs.
Yep, we do duck
Yeah.
eggs too. They slowed down because it was really cold, but now they're, I don't know, I kind of try to pamper them. And we did. My husband said I was absolutely nuts because I planted sprouts for them and said, here guys, and I'm not
Oh,
kidding you,
that's
the more
sweet.
you talk to them, the more eggs I get. I
Well,
swear
sure,
that's
I
right.
swear I would agree with that because, you know, just the human nature transfers to animal nature too.
Right.
You know, kindness begets kindness.
Yes, that's right, and that's why I'm
Nutrients
eggs.
begets good growing and good humans too. Yeah.
Well, tell us how our customers can find you and our followers.
Well, you can find me on Facebook. You can find us on our webpage, which is barefootacresfarm.net,
Okay.
or you could send me an email at barefoot.acres.farm@live.com.
And your Facebook is Barefoot Acres, right?
It is Barefoot Acres Farm, yes.
And if they want to come to your farm, because you have a nice little farm stand there.
Yeah, and it'll be open. I'm so excited about it. We'll have it starting probably in May. And if you go like you're going to South Bend, if you just take the left with the sign by Rolling Prairie, we're just on 400 East, and you'll see us. We have signs and
Yeah.
everything, so
And
we're easy to find.
one thing too is we get vinegar from you.
Yes.
Yes, that's
That's
right.
fun,
That's
yeah.
right. It's Barefoot Acres.
Barefoot vinegar. We call
Yep.
it our Barefoot vinaigrette, and you just bring us whatever vinegar you have, and people always, they're excited about it.
Yes,
Oh,
the
thank
best
you.
part of
They'll
the
come in
salad.
and say,
It's
this
fun,
isn't the same
yeah.
vinaigrette as last time, and I have to explain to them that you just create vinegars and it's never the same, and they're
Well,
all
I can't
delicious.
take all the credit for it, Brad. Last year, I do remember calling you several times. What should I pair with this, or what should I pair with that? And he just has the best suggestions.
I can
Always
eat,
turns out
but you
wonderful.
executed it beautifully,
Oh,
and
thank
they're
you.
great. And we're going to, we bought a barrel from Journeyman Distillery, whiskey barrel. So we're going to age some of your vinegar in a whiskey
Yay!
barrel.
Yay!
So-
Oh, that's going to be so exciting.
So we'll let you know when that happens.
Okay,
So,
that sounds great.
well, thank you for being on with us today.
Thank you very much for having me. Look
It's
forward
been
to seeing you again.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank
we
you.
should come on out to Barefoot
Oh,
Acres
yep.
and do an on-site show.
That would be
We
wonderful.
would love to do that. Let's let the sunshine shine and get growing, and we'll come on out there.
That
Well,
sounds great.
Spire will start our farm visits here in the next month or so. So yeah, we did a blog out there last year, 2 of
Yeah,
them.
yes, you
So-
did. And it would be neat if you did one of your creations up there too. That would be wonderful.
Love to do that.
Absolutely.
We'll make it happen.
We'll be right back with our closing remarks. Well, that's about it for today.
That was a really jam-packed session.
It was a great session. So much information. What Lori was saying with her bricometer, and that was really
So cool.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
We love Lori. Lori is, you know, all of my farmers are fantastic, and they literally bend over backwards for me. And I can call Lori on a Saturday night and say, I need eggs, and I need eggs in 10 minutes, and they're here, and she's just wonderful. And
She
as
is.
are all of my farmers. I don't want to just, you know, showcase one without mentioning all of them. So hopefully throughout the year we might have the rest of our farmers on. So
That'd be so fantastic. You're definitely a lucky guy because all those amazing
you know,
people really do
I'm not
pull
a lucky
through.
guy. I'm not a lucky guy. I'm a blessed guy. You know,
Blessed.
I am,
There you go.
I am blessed by God, and I'm lucky every day just to work with so many wonderful people like
So
yourself.
true, and you
And
too.
like Lori and Becca, and don't say anything, Becca, because it creeps people out. Just smile. She's smiling at you. And my staff is wonderful too. So yeah, just very lucky. We've got It's the beginning of the month, so we've got cooking classes at the end of the month,
Yep.
Practice and Creations. Please sign up. People are still getting confused that even though you say you're attending the event on Facebook, you still need to call in because we
Yes.
can't, I mean, sometimes we don't catch those, and,
Yeah.
and it's just easier. In most of these events we do, you have to pay in advance anyway, so it's important that you call,
Yeah.
register, pay, and we'll be set to go.
Yeah, it's just about making that phone call. It's so simple. And it's a number that you'll never forget. It's 575.
7272.
Yeah, 7272.
Yeah. I'm excited because we've got some wonderful guests coming on.
We do.
Chris and Laura from Arbor Hill Inn. I met with them yesterday.
Oh,
they're going to be
they're so
on
awesome.
soon. You've got Dan Plath coming.
Yep, Dan Plath is
we've
coming.
Got, and I forget her name, the lady from Save the Dunes.
Nicole Kimmins-Barker,
Yep.
fabulous mover and shaker, and we even have Thaddeus Cutler
Yeah, Thaddeus and
Yeah.
Nancy Moldenauer.
and Nancy
Oh,
Moldenauer.
and we're going to do in 2 weeks
jeez.
on
Green
the
drinks.
Third Thursday, we're doing green drinks, and we're going to be there. And we're
April
gonna,
17th.
We're going to shoot our full blog at Green Drinks. So we're going to do
Yeah.
our welcome, and the movers and shakers segment are going to be questions from the audience. that
That'll
day.
be
So
nice.
people can, Becca will be there with her handy dandy camera, and people can just ask us anything they want.
Yeah.
So that'll be a fun one.
That'll be a fun one. At
Off-site,
Shoreline Brewery
yep.
up in Michigan City.
Yep. And I don't know what time it is, but check our comment thread. We've got
Yeah,
something up
we'll
there.
post on that.
So-
I believe it starts at 6.
Okay.
But we'll be
Yeah.
for sure on our comment thread. It's April 17th. Nancy and Kathy and Green Drink crew.
Yeah.
That'll be so
It
fun.
will be. We should take our chairs with us.
Yes.
From the front.
Okay, we will.
Just pack them in, and
that.
we have to have something from our
Yes,
set.
we
have
do.
a set.
We have a set, we do. What about the new menu? Don't you have a new menu this
April
week?
8th.
Oh, April 8th.
April 8th. So next Tuesday we'll have a new menu. It'll be a busy day for Tuesday, so we might have to do this. Well, we'll figure it out. But yeah, next Tuesday we have a new menu. I lost a shoe, so I think that means it's time to go. We will see you next week.
Get dressed, Brad.
Thank
Quit
you.
that.